Hi guys, this is Hero. How's everyone doing today? Ajibade Kemcho. Aj Sabke Zero. So today I'm going over the point of how everything in life kind of needs to move in cycles, okay? And even if it doesn't, just it's okay if it moves in cycles, right? The point I'm trying to make here, a large part of the society and the economic system that we live in tries to promote things to always be static in our life, right? Like, and I'm not undermining the importance of routine, right? Don't get this twisted. Routine is very important, but there's certain things in life that if they kind of go in cycles, that's okay, right? In nature, a lot of things move in cycles, right? Like the temperature, right? Like winter and summer, or like even day and night, like the level of light. Okay, there's a lot of things, right? It's one day it's raining, one day it's not, whatever. It's not sunny all the time, it's not raining all the time. Same thing, right? It's like it's okay to go in cycles about things like, okay, there's certain religious things, obviously, like fasting and prayer, or there's certain non-religious things like exercise or your personal relationships, and I'll kind of get into that in a little bit right now. But the whole reason of why, I'm going to lay a little bit of a premise here. The whole reason of why we don't let things go in cycles is for two reasons. Well, two main reasons. And I already said this: the society we live in and the economic system that we're a part of. The society we live in. We love to identify ourselves with something, right? We all like to, and this identification comes from this whole social media and all this nonsense that we do, right? Like, I'm a this. Even in like Western astrology, like I'm a this. Right now, that's, I guess it's not going to change, but I'm a certain type of fitness person. I'm a certain personality. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I'm type A, type C, whatever, right? I'm a vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian. I am religious. I'm not a religious, right? So we like to identify ourselves with these things and then do things that go along with these identifications. Okay, so it all stems from the identification. So actually the first real thing, in order for anything in this video to be resourceful at all, is to let go of your identifications, right? To detach. I've said this in like 100 of my videos at least. Okay. Now moving forward, the second is the economic system, right? Now, if you want to work, if you want to make money, most likely you're going to have some type of, it's not like you can just choose one job in the winter and then another job in the summer, right? Someplace in the world where you might be able to, but I think you guys get the point. So these two things together promote us to always try to do the same things every day, right? And like I said, routine is important, but in some aspect of things, there needs to be a flow, right? So for example, your personal relationships, right? It's okay if you go through seasons of, with your friends or your significant other or whatever, certain times when you're close to them and certain times you're not, right? Now, we all abstractly know this, but we don't actually practice it as well as we say we understand it, okay? Because if a few months go by, then all of a sudden you're questioning things and it's getting hard and things like that. The reason is you're not going with the flow, okay? Another thing, right? Like, let's just say fasting. It's okay if sometimes you are eating more and sometimes you're eating less, like during certain seasons or certain times in your life, whatever, right? You don't need to be like, oh, I'm only doing high carb or I'm only doing low carb and that this is the best diet, right? Yeah, it could be the best diet at some times, and then this thing could be the best diet at other times, or I'm keto, whatever. There's so many diets, right? Thing is about any diet, eventually, most likely, it could be relatively short time, it could be a relatively long time. It's probably going to fail, okay? This is why bodybuilders and things have cheat meals. That's a completely separate thing. But I'm not going to even talk about the health of bodybuilders, right? I'm talking the overall health. But moving forward, it's okay to try certain diets and then change them after a while and then try them again later, okay? This is not a bad thing. It does not mean that you are not dedicated or whatever adjective is thrown out there for you not sticking with your diet or you not necessarily having the greatest relationship with a certain friend or a certain significant other at this time, right? It does not mean that you don't care about this person or whatever, right? And I think the friends thing, we're starting to kind of understand and accept. The significant other, not really. A lot of the times we just find someone else, but it's a separate thing that I'll talk about in another video. But I've actually talked about that in many videos. But the point is, you need to actually accept going through flows. But the reason why we don't accept this is because we're so identified to certain things. So the root cause comes down to not identifying with whatever you're identified from, right? And then how you do this here? Well, how you do that is you become aware, and how you become aware, it's a whole host of things, right? That I've talked about. But you have to do the meditation. You have to maybe cut off the screen time to actually let your brain settle down, so you can actually see what's important to you. Okay. And then there's some other things, right? And this goes with more of the religious stuff. So we all like to, with religion, there's a big part of it which is being dedicated, right? You pray every morning, whatever. But it's okay to go through cycles. What I mean by that is it's okay if not, definitely this is okay. It's okay if not everything is done every day, right? Like it's okay if some days that, whatever you do in the morning is quicker, and it's okay if some days whatever you do in the morning takes a little longer, right? It does not mean that during the days that are quicker that, you appreciate God less or you're less religious or whatever, right? And it does not mean this is actually, if you're doing these things out of identifications, you're actually doing these things out of ego, and it's not actually true like spiritual upliftment to a certain extent. Okay. In anything religious you practice, you do is probably for the beneficial, but I think you guys get the point of what I'm trying to say. Okay. So the point is that it's okay if you let things go in cycles. Okay. It's completely okay. Now, one disclaimer, do not use this, what I'm telling you in this video, as an excuse to do things that you shouldn't do. Okay. To act emotionally about certain things, to act ungroundedly about certain things, to not do things that you're supposed to be doing, okay, like taking care of your kids or whatever. Okay, you need to act groundedly, okay, but you kind of need to let the awareness flow through you. Okay, there's two extremes here. We're super rigid out of ego, or we're super all over the place out of emotion. Okay, what I'm telling you in this video, and a lot of the times when we try to see, a lot of the people that are looking for advice on the internet, they're trying to become better, right? So a lot of the advice is geared towards the rigidness, right? The ego-ness, right? A lot of online gurus, things like that, they're teaching you should be doing this every day. You should be doing that. I'm not saying you shouldn't or should be doing those things, right? Some of those things might be great, but what I am telling you is to keep this in mind, that it's okay if you let things go in cycles, but also to keep the other extreme in mind, right? I'm trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to tell you how to figure out what to do, okay? So I think that's the end of this video. I'm about at 8 minutes, so we can wrap this up here. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, you can feel free and let me know. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later. Thank you all very, very much for watching.